Well, I'm excited too, cause you're gonna get out my house.
You're gonna miss me, though.
Until now, all of you believed that Marjorie cheated on Steve. But you were wrong. Brace yourselves for this shocking news. You may be familiar with Steve Harvey's son, Wynton Harvey. He has revealed that Steve Harvey cheated. He is gay and had been in an affair with another man from the start. He didn't give my mom any time. He mentally tortured her. He did all of this so that Marjorie would cheat. He didn't want to tarnish his own name. He wanted to blame everything on Marjorie. Steve Harvey's son has revealed videos of Steve verbally abusing his wife. I know this is difficult for Steve's fans to see, but this is the truth. Steve even mentally tortured his own children. He devoted all his time to his show. His real goal was to make money. He wanted to mentally abuse Marjorie so that she would leave him for someone else, and he wouldn't be blamed. And that's what happened. All the blame went to Marjorie, and Steve is seen as innocent, even though he's the real culprit. It will shock you to know that Steve is also in another relationship. Yes, Steve Harvey is gay. His son has revealed this fact and even shared some pictures. You may find it hard to believe, but it's true. Marjorie wanted Steve to spend time with her and their children, but Steve only chased after money. He didn't care for his wife and children. In the end, he portrayed himself as the innocent one. Playing all these games, he's very cunning. Steve's son has also revealed that his dad tortures him a lot. He loves Lori Harvey, and Steve Harvey loves Lori Harvey more than anyone else. He says that Lori Harvey is the most precious to him. Steve Harvey has revealed that he's addicted to drugs and smoking. When he's high, he tortures Marjorie. Steve doesn't even come home for days. And guys, you know what? Right now, Steve is threatening Marjorie. Yesterday, Steve broke his silence at the Invest Fest 2023 and clarified that he and his wife were doing fine. He also suggested the gossip mongers go somewhere else because they have no time for such rumors. His statements indeed came as a sigh of relief to his massive fan base. Steve Harvey's wife, Marjorie Elaine, took to her Instagram handle and shared a quote on how to handle being lied about, which suggested, when they curled their insults at him, he did not retaliate. When he suffered, he made no threats. Instead, he entrusted himself to him who judges justly. Marjorie Elaine captioned her post, "My husband and I don't usually stop to address all the foolishness and lies that have been spread about us. However, to whom much is given, much is required. I understand that with my platform comes some sort of responsibility to those that may not be as strong as we are. Read and share this with your loved ones that may not know how to properly cope. God bless all of you." Steve Harvey is abusing her. So that's why she posted this on Instagram. When the rumor about Steve being gay spread, now he wants to keep his wife for reputation. He is such an evil man. Netizens were proud to see how Marjorie Elaine handled the situation, despite the fact that her reputation had gone for a toss after the wild accusations. A user wrote, "One of the best mature public clapbacks I have ever seen in today's time."
When I think about how quickly he moved forward from me to Marjorie, that was...
Even Steve's ex-wife also showed his dark side. Steve's ex-wife Mary just exposed him for lying to our faces for years, and she's claiming that Steve is not the great guy that we think he is. Y'all aren't going to believe it. Steve is actually Steve's third wife because he was married to another woman before Mary, and that's the mother of his twin daughters, Brandy and Carly. He met Mary in 1996, and he actively started pursuing her even though he was still legally married to his first wife, Marcia. At the time, Mary was working at the counter of a cosmetics store, and that's how she and Steve met. He came into the store when she was working, and they exchanged numbers. At the time, Mary didn't exactly have a romantic interest, and she just gave him her number to be polite. But Steve pursued her heavily, and she slowly started to fall for his charms, especially after he showed up to her work with a box of 100 Hershey's Kisses and a note saying, "I'd walk 1,000 miles for your kisses." Mary soon started a romantic relationship with Steve, and for a while, things were going great between them. Now, before y'all start making comments about how she probably was after Steve's money, how she was a gold digger, let me remind y'all that Steve wasn't popular back then. In fact, she had to hold him down a couple of times because he was broke and was a struggling comedian who was trying to get his big break. He was hopping from club to club and arena to perform in front of patrons at the club. So he ain't have any gold to be dug. But like I said, Mary held him down through the hard times, and she even gave him the spare key to her apartment in case he needed a place to crash. His career slowly began to take off, and more people were queuing to watch him perform because he was in high demand. Y'all know how they say, behind every successful man is a woman. Well, Mary was that woman for Steve. And when he started to get a crazy level of popularity, she brought up the idea for him to start up his own club instead of performing at other clubs for just a cut of the fee. Now Steve was already popular, but we all know that fame don't always equal rich because a lot of these celebs just be living fake lives for the gram. Anyhow, he didn't even have enough money to start his club, because projects like that be costing a whole lot of money. But Mary, being the lover girl that she was, decided to invest in his club, and she pulled her life savings of $250,000 into Steve's club because she had so much faith in him. She even helped out with the design, interiors, and other stuff for the club. So not only did she put her money into it, but she also put her sweat into it as well. Wynton has been feeling the stain of his father's neglectful behavior more than anyone else. But what could Steve have possibly done to make his own son feel so uncared for and unimportant? So sit back, grab some popcorn, and get ready to dig deep into the sordid details of Steve Harvey's family drama. So, you went into the Tom Ford store and put it on my account to give me my gift? Yeah. What kind of dang gift is that? It's been a long-standing rumor that Steve Harvey, the beloved comedian, actor, and TV host, has been neglecting his own children. While he presents himself as a family man, the word on the street suggests otherwise. So, what's the deal with Steve and his family drama? Let's dive deeper into the rabbit hole and find out. First things first, if Steve was truly devoted to his family, how come he's been married 3 times? Doesn't that raise a few eyebrows? The man seems to have a wandering eye, and it's got people talking. But let's focus on his children for now. Steve has 7 children, but only 4 of them are his biological offspring. His first wife, Marcia Harvey, bore him 3 children, the twins Brandy and Carly, and his first son, Broderick Harvey Jr. But their marriage eventually crumbled after 14 years, and they went their separate ways in 1994. Then came Steve's second marriage to Mary Shackelford, with whom he had 1 child, Wynton. However, their relationship was turbulent from the start, and the couple went through a nasty divorce in 2005. Mary later accused Steve of cheating on her with his current wife, Marjorie Harvey, while they were still married. While Steve denied the allegation and called it baseless and false, Mary didn't hold back. Just hold on, because we'll be diving a little bit deeper into this case later on. Let's get back to Marjorie. She is Steve's current and 3rd wife, and the two got married in 2007 after dating for several years. But Marjorie brought her own children into the marriage, Morgan, Jason, and Lori. Steve eventually adopted all 3 of them, and they became his children in every sense of the word. Steve and Marjorie now have 5 grandchildren, 3 of whom are from Jason's marriage to his wife Amanda. 1 is from Morgan's marriage to her husband Kareem, and 1 is from Carly's marriage to her husband Ben. Steve often shares photos and videos of his grandchildren on his social media accounts, showing the world just how much he adores them. But what about Steve's own children? Sources close to the family claim that he has been focused on his career and new family, neglecting his first 4 children, and especially his son Wynton. They allege that Steve has been emotionally distant and even physically maltreated Wynton, leaving the young man feeling hurt and confused. Rumors have swirled that Steve has been treating his stepchildren better than his own flesh and blood. Some fans believe that he's been showering his adopted children with love and attention, while his biological children are left feeling neglected and unloved. Now let's dive back into the scandalous revelation about Steve's alleged physical hurting of his own son, Wynton. So guys, what's your opinion? Comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel.